Today, we're going to talk about something essential for our emotional well-being, dealing with toxic people. We all know how much the environment around us can impact our inner peace and how we feel day to day. Taking care of our mental health isn't just an act of survival, it's a choice of self-love. It's about ensuring that, amid so many demands and expectations, we're prioritizing our serenity. Our emotional well-being should be seen as a precious treasure, a source of energy that needs to be protected. And this becomes even more important when we find ourselves in situations where other people, whether because they are going through their own struggles or are caught in negative cycles, affect that peace. By learning how to handle these situations, we take an essential step toward preserving what's most valuable within us, tranquility and inner balance. The first step, then, is to understand that our mental health is the foundation of everything we live and feel. Cultivating an internal space of peace is not selfish, it's a deep act of self-care. In the end, it's this serenity that enables us to face the world and its complexities with strength and lightness. How would your life look if you put your inner peace first? How would your choices and interactions change if you truly respected your well-being as a priority? Now, let's talk about what it means to be a toxic person. This term is often used to describe people who, in one way or another, drain our energy, make us feel overwhelmed, or devalued. A toxic person might be someone who repeatedly criticizes, manipulates, plays emotional games, or brings constant negativity into interactions. It's important to understand that, most of the time, these people are also dealing with their own pains and emotional challenges, though this doesn't justify accepting the negative impact it can have on us. Toxic people can appear in various forms: the coworker who always points out our mistakes but never our successes, the family member who places excessive demands on us, or the friend who always puts their needs first. These behaviors directly affect our emotional state, often leading us to doubt ourselves, our worth, and even our ability to make choices that protect us. Recognizing these people and behaviors helps us see how essential it is to protect our energy. Understanding what a toxic person is doesn't mean we have to judge them or immediately distance ourselves from everyone. It simply means being clear that our emotional health should be our priority and that we shouldn't allow others' negativity to take away what's most valuable in us. Setting emotional boundaries is one of the most powerful acts of self-respect we can adopt. Boundaries are like invisible fences that define what we're willing to accept and what we're not. They communicate to the world, and to ourselves, that our peace, energy, and time are precious. By choosing to set these boundaries, we are saying that our well-being is a priority. Often, we're afraid to create boundaries because we think it might push people away or be seen as selfish. But the truth is, boundaries aren't rigid walls, they are healthy protections that allow for more balanced relationships. When we set boundaries, we avoid the buildup of resentment, become more honest about our needs, and encourage others to genuinely respect us. These boundaries are essential for us to live alongside everyone, including those who may display toxic behaviors, without compromising our balance. It's not about building walls, it's about creating doors that open and close according to our choice and what we feel is fair and healthy for us. Now, let's talk about how to put these boundaries into practice, clearly and respectfully. Setting healthy boundaries is easier when we use open and gentle communication. Often, we feel that saying no or expressing our needs might hurt the other person or create conflict, but the opposite is true. When we communicate honestly and thoughtfully, we're helping to build more genuine and harmonious relationships. A simple and effective practice is to start using phrases that express your feelings and boundaries with empathy. For example, I understand you're going through a difficult time, but I also need to take care of myself right now, or I'd love to help, but I need some time to recharge. This approach is direct yet compassionate, making it clear that you respect both your needs and the relationship. Another important practice is to establish small rituals to preserve your emotional space. This could be a daily pause for reflection, creating a sacred time where you disconnect from external stimuli, or moments dedicated exclusively to activities you love. These rituals reinforce your commitment to your boundaries, as they remind you daily of the value of your well-being. Often, when dealing with toxic people, we feel that empathy and boundaries are opposites, but that's not true. Cultivating empathy is an important part of our journey because it connects us with others in a deep and human way. However, it's essential to remember that empathy doesn't mean absorbing others' suffering or sacrificing our inner peace to support someone else. The key is learning to listen to and understand others' difficulties without letting them unbalance us. We can offer emotional support without losing our center. It's like standing on a beach where the waves can come close to us, but we remain anchored in the firm sand, connected to our own stability. Practicing this balanced empathy also helps us see that each of us is responsible for our own emotional journey. We aren't obligated to carry others' pain, but we can offer understanding while keeping our peace intact. This balance strengthens us to be even more present and empathetic, knowing that we're also caring for our own well-being at the same time. Taking care of our mental health is an essential act to keep ourselves strong, especially when dealing with challenging people and situations. Self-care practices are not just a way to relax, but also a powerful means of recharging our energy and strengthening our emotional resilience. These practices can be simple, but they have a profound impact on our ability to manage stress and negative emotions. One of the most effective forms of self-care is meditation. Just a few minutes of daily silence and mindfulness can help calm the mind, reduce the effects of stress, and deepen our connection to the present. Additionally, activities that bring us joy, like spending time with loved ones, taking walks outdoors, or dedicating ourselves to creative hobbies, are essential for creating moments of happiness and lightness. Caring for our body is also an important part of emotional self-care. Exercise, a balanced diet, and a healthy sleep routine all help keep our nervous system more balanced and resilient to daily pressures. These moments dedicated to ourselves reinforce the value we place on our mental and emotional health. They serve as an anchor, something that strengthens us and reminds us how important it is to cultivate a space of peace and serenity within ourselves, regardless of external circumstances. We've reached the end of this journey on how to deal with toxic people, and I hope these reflections have brought clarity on the power you have to choose peace. The truth is that our emotional health and inner peace are in our hands, and nurturing this internal harmony is a gift we give to ourselves and the world around us. When we choose to set boundaries, practice balanced empathy, and take care of our well-being, we are taking control of our path. Facing challenging people and situations is inevitable, but how we respond to them is up to us. By applying these teachings, you begin to create a space where peace is the priority, a space where your balance, self-love, and ability to stay anchored even in the storms are what truly matter. Remember, protecting your peace is not selfish, it's an act of respect and empowerment. Every boundary you set, every self-care practice you embrace, is a statement to the world that you choose self-love, serenity, and harmony. So, from now on, how can you make choices that respect your peace and emotional health even more? What changes in your life when you decide that your tranquility is non-negotiable?